Hi everyone, this video is Introduction to Solid Principles and how the need to learn these principles arise as we grow as a software engineer along with our project. So let's get started. Before moving on to these core principles, let's have a look at some of the problems which exist with existing software development process and what happens if we don't align our code with respect to these principles. Software starts to rot. What does this mean? Well, in the process of software development, no software is static in nature. It is continuously changing and evolving as we keep on adding new features to it. And things start to go wrong when we start making changes to our software due to feature requests from our customers. Why is that? Because any change you do to the software induces a chance of two things: breaking an existing functionality and increasing the complexity of the code. Now, if we don't learn how to make changes to an existing software correctly, as the time goes by, it will become very difficult to maintain the software. And eventually, it will take a huge amount of efforts just to make simple changes to the software and making sure everything works as expected. Okay, let's have a look at a few design smells in the software which starts to degrade the quality of code written over time. If you see these problems with the code you are handling, then you can be sure that it is not aligning to the principles and the doomsday is near. The first thing, if the code is difficult to understand at first sight, this is a very early indication that things are going in the wrong direction. A program with well-written, clean code is very easy to understand, and I'll show you this in my later videos by taking a bad example and aligning it to these solid principles one by one. Don't worry. If you're trying to do a refactoring exercise and you're finding it very difficult to reuse pieces of code, it's one more indication that the code is not following solid principles. Now, to the more serious implications, rigidity and fragility. Rigidity means that every change requires a lot of effort and a lot of hardwiring to be executed, and fragility means that change at one place can cause some other feature to be broken, which you might be completely unaware of. Trust me, you don't want to be at this place, but if you are, then you are at the right place, because this series will help you learn exactly the concepts you need to make the code better. So here I present the principles which can help you save your dying project. Drumroll, the solid principles. Let's call out each principle by its name and we will study each one of them in detail in its separate video. S is for the single responsibility principle. O goes for open-closed principle. L is for Liskov substitution principle. I is for interface segregation principle. And D is for dependency inversion principle. Well, that is some introductory background knowledge you should be knowing for diving deep in solid principles. Let's move on to the principles one by one. Alright, so see you in the next video.